Hello guys, and welcome back to the show. In the last video tutorial, we saw how to use HTTP methods in Flask, so get and post. In today's video, we're going to look how to use web forms in Flask. To use web forms in Flask, what we're going to do is to use something called WTForms. So I'll go ahead and install WTForms using the pip install Flask-wtf. Make sure you have your virtual environment activated so that you don't pollute the namespace of your environment. So I'll go ahead and say pip install WTForms. Okay, now that this is done, I'll go ahead and create a file called forms.py inside of the root of my application. So I'll say touch forms.py. Since we are working with web forms in Flask, the first thing we need to do is to specify a secret key inside of the application config. So I'll go ahead and say app.config secret key, and I'll assign the secret key to any key that I want. So the value for the secret key is password. Now, the secret key is something that Flask uses to protect your web form against nasty attack called cross-site request forgery, or CSRF. Okay, so that when people attack your thing, Flask uses that secret key to protect your application. I don't want to get too much into details because that is not needed. You can get into details and find out more about the secret key once you start using Flask and get better at it. But for now, know that the secret key is something that Flask uses to protect your web form against nasty attack by hackers. So now that the secret key has been defined, I can go into the form and then create a form that I want. So the Flask-wtf extension uses Python classes to represent web form. A form class simply defines the fields of the form as class variables. Okay, so the fields of the form will be class variables. So the first thing I need to do is to say that from Flask-wtf import Flask form. The next thing that I need to do is to import the fields that I need, and the fields can be imported from WTForms. It is important to know that you can import lots of fields from WTForms. It has fields like Boolean fields, date fields, file fields. It has a lot of fields. So if you check the WTForms documentation, you find all the fields that you can import from WTForms. What I'm going to use is the text area field. So I'll go back to the code and I'll say from WTForms I'll import text area field. So as I mentioned earlier, the Flask-wtf extension uses Python classes to represent web forms. So I will define a class called to-do. So I'll say class to-do, and this class will inherit from the Flask form. Okay, so I'll pass in the Flask form because it needs to inherit from the Flask form. And what I will specify is the content. So I'll say content, which will be a class variable, and the content will be the text area field. And with the text area field, you can give it lots of options. You can give it a label, you can give it the validated field text, and lots more. And I'm going to give it a validator, which will say that data is required, so you cannot basically leave the form empty. And I need to import that from WTForms. So I'll say from WTForms validators import data required, like so. Okay, so now I have data required. What I need to do is to specify that the validators will be a list. So you can pass the list of validators. The validator that I would like to pass it is data required. So I'll say data required, like so. The next thing I'm going to do is to give it a submit field. Okay, so I'll say submit, and this submit will be a submit field. So I need to import submit field from WTForms, and I'll say submit field, and I'll say submit to do. And that is it for the forms. And all I did was to create a class and specify some class variables. This is because the Flask-wtf extension uses Python classes to represent web forms, and a form class simply defines fields of the form as class variables. So I imported from WTF, I imported the Flask form, and then from WTForms I imported the text area field and submit field because those are the fields that I want my form to have. And I imported just one validator, which is the data required validator. So now the question is, how do I use this form inside of my view function? Well, that is simple. What I can do is to import the form into the app.py file. So I'll say from forms import, I'll import to do, and I'll define a simple view function called to do. So I'll say def to do, and for now I'll say app.root / to do. That will be the endpoint, and the method, if you don't specify, is a get method, but I would like to be explicit, and I'll say methods, and I'll set the method to get. The way to use this form is that I need to create an instance of the form because the form is a class. Since I have the form imported over here, what I can say is to do form will be an instance of to do, and I can pass this to the template. So I'll say return render template, and I need to create a template. So I will say to do.html inside of the template. This will extend block content. Now I can go back to the app, and I'll say return render template. The HTML file that I want to render will be the to do.html file. So I will say to do.html, and then the form can be passed as context because I can pass lots of context, anything to it, and I'll pass the to do form to it. So I'll say form, and the form will be this to do form. Now that I've passed the form to the template, I can now extract the form inside of my HTML file and basically use the form. So the way that the form is used is basically specifying a form. I will not specify the action yet, but I will specify the method to be post. And this form will have something called form.hidden tag. Now you remember that we set the secret key here inside of the application. So we need to use that secret key inside of the form. And again, the secret key is used by Flask to provide security to our form, and it helps to protect the form from nasty attacks. So I'll say form.hidden_tag, like so. So what this form.hidden tag template argument is doing is that it generates a hidden field that includes a token that is used to protect the form against CSRF attack. Now, all we need to do is to provide a secret key variable, which is defined inside of the application config, which we've done over here. And then Flask will take care of the rest. Flask will use this form.hidden tag to protect the form. And that's all you need to know for now. Then I can come over here, since I have access to the form, and I'll say form.content, like so, and I'll say form.submit. So now if I start the application and I go to /to do, what I have is a form with a submit button which says to do. So that's how you use Flask forms. Now that we know how to render the form in our view template, we need to see how to get data from the form. So if I say my name is the show, what I want to do is that when I submit, I need to be able to receive data from the form. So what I can do is to go into my view function. The method that this function is expecting is a get method, but I would like to post this method as well. So I need to specify the method, the post method inside of the approve the creator. So I'll say post here as well. And then I need to tell my to do.html file that the action should be posted to /to do. Now I do not have a database to store what the user types. So what I'm going to do is to just print in the console the data that we get from the form. To do this, what I'm going to use is the validate on submit function, which the form has. So I'll say if to do form the validate on submit, what I would like to do is to print the to do form the content the data, which is the data that the user puts in this field. I'm saying that if the form validates on submit, if the form successfully validates, print the data the user puts in the field, and then return redirect to the /URL. So all I've done is I specified the request method post on the to do view function. Inside of the to do.html, I specify that the action should go to the /to do. Then I'm using the validate on submit function, which processes the data that the user puts inside of the field, and I'm just redirecting to the /root. So now if I go to the browser, then I type in my name is the show, and I click on submit. If I check the terminal, as you can see, my name is the show. So that's how forms work in Flask. In the next tutorial, we're going to look at how to use models. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.